British Touring Car Championship returned to Thruxton this past weekend, and it was safe to say the series definitely brought the speed that you expected at Thruxton, and, well, Sutton is definitely on for this title. A bit of news going into this weekend. Sam Osborne, who normally drives the number 77 Napa Ford car for Alliance Racing, he was out of the door because he was feeling unwell, so he got replaced by Senna Proctor, and he would be taking over duties for appearances, all that kind of stuff, because obviously Osborne was feeling unwell. So yeah, it wasn't really expected for him to attend these kind of things. But as we went into the final practice, the only practice, the first and final practice I should say, it was Chris Smiley in the Hyundai, the restart Hyundai, that would lead the way with a 1 minute 15.356, and it was actually his teammate James Dorling in second, less than a tenth of a second behind, 0.093. Meanwhile, the first championship protagonist, Ash Sutton, he was third, just over 3.5 tenths back, and Tom Ingram, the reigning champion, was 5.5 tenths back there in eighth. But as we got into the qualifying session, we do the split sessions for the qualifying race. Josh Cook would have the fastest qualifying time, with Tom Ingram lining up second, and Camish third, Senna Proctor fourth, a great debut in the Ford for him there, for Napa, and Adam Morgan in the Plato Mercedes in fifth. And in the qualifying race, it was much of the same really. It was Josh Cook in first, Tom Ingram in second, and Ash Sutton in third. Then in the first race of Sunday, for race day Sunday, it would be Josh Cook that would take the win for the Speedworks Toyota car, and Ash Sutton would be second, as Dan Rowbottom finished it out of the podium in third, and it was a great proper finish for him, as he has been struggling as of late. Tom Ingram, he had a horrible first lap where he got barged out and he went down to 10th or 11th, I think, if memory serves me correctly, but he fought all the way back up to 5th. So quite frustrating, and yeah, it was quite a frustrating weekend for Team Ingram really, and it never really got better from there really. Race 2 was won by our 4-time champion, the one who was trying to make history, trying to win 5 championships, which has never ever been done in the British Touring Car Championship before, in Ash Sutton. Josh Cook would finish second, and Tom Ingram, well, he did finish third on the road, but he got a 10-second time penalty for track limits, so that bumped him from 3rd to 5th position, so Dan Camish would be elevated to 3rd. And as we go into the race 3, the final race of the day, then James Dorling would inherit pole position as he finished 6th, and Ash Sutton would roll out the ball number 6, so he would start on pole then. And it was quite a feisty one. It was a bit mix and matchy, and the start of it was a bit of a wreck fest in race 3 there, but Tom Ingram would finish the line first. There was a bit of a sort of commotion because he reversed at the start because he overshot his grid box blocks before the procedure done. There was a bit of similar to this in race 2 where Ash Sutton had that thing, and that was fine. So at the time of recording, I don't actually know, but I don't think that anything will come to it because he's actually giving himself a disadvantage as well, and clearly trying to right a wrong that he's done. But Ash Sutton would finish second, and Dan Camish third, as ever, once again. But like all the time with this format, it has sort of these Fords are really quick, and I can't see Sutton losing the title now really, to be honest, especially it's now at the halfway mark, even though we've just had the summer break. In terms of rounds and race numbers, we've had the halfway mark, as this was 13, 14 and 15. But the points are very important as well, the halfway mark properly in terms of like the numerology of it all. Ash Sutton leads the way on 284 points after a very fantastic weekend of second, first, second. It couldn't really go any better really from his side, really. Tom Ingram in second then, and it was 59 points back is Tom Ingram from Ash Sutton, and we have Dan Camish, the other Ford there, the only other competitive Ford really, on a week-to-week basis or a race-to-race basis, 76 points back, and yeah, quite close to Ingram. So like what I've been saying about IndyCar this year, it's sort of like a battle for second, because Sutton or Palou has just been fighting over further away every race weekend, and it does really kind of feel like a trend that's been happening. And it's, well, we've had this in Formula 1 at the minute. Now they've hit their halfway break of Kimi Antonelli at 2, but that's more because of people having problems and stuff like that, rather than just drivers not performing and teams not performing themselves. But yeah, it was a really good weekend and quite fascinating from what I caught of it. And yeah, Sutton and Napa are definitely the team to beat, and like I say, it feels like a bit of a 2023 flashback. But well, if we are going to get that, if this does eventually happen, which I do feel like it will do, we're going to have witnessed British Touring Car Championship history and something that has never ever been done in this series before. So I won't sniff your nose up too much at it because it is pretty cool. It's pretty cool there, and I can't think of anything better to say really than we would have witnessed history. So that's quite cool in that sense, and it's boring to watch in the moment, but once you look back on it in later years, you think, yeah, it was quite good. So I'm really happy about it, and you know, at least you can say you've been a part of it in some small way. But yeah, British Touring Car Championship returns in 2 weeks' time at Knock Hill, when they go north of the border. Their only race outside that isn't outside of England, which, as I said before, it is a bit of a frustration point of mine. Yeah, so we'll see what happens there on the shortest track of the year. So we'll complete the set in British Touring Car Championship's longest track of the year in Snetterton 300. We've had the fastest track of the year this weekend in Thruxton, and the shortest track of the year in Knock Hill. But yes, just such great tracks coming up too. You're going to have a bit of a break now, but it's going to kick back into life in a few weeks' time for the BTCC chicane, and it is definitely all coming up right for Ash Sutton and Napa Ford right now.